Well, we are now finally in 2021. Hopefully this year goes a lot smoother than last year. We'll see what happens with Cyberpunk 2077 as well. So let's get into the news today about Cyberpunk and see what's going on. We're going to be talking about how a developer declared working on Cyberpunk as the hardest year of his life, and the community replies to him out on Twitter. A warning about free DLC being soon, and also a fan has discovered a way to parkour very quickly around Night City. And also, get this, how hiring Keanu Reeves might have actually negatively impacted the development of Cyberpunk 2077. I know, it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but we're going to get into that one in just a moment. Plus, yep, we're going over your top comments. Welcome back, everyone. Overworld Games here. Hope you're doing good. It is 2021. Hell yes. Let's hope this year is much better. Like, seriously. All right. Let's go over this one. Check this out. This comes from Powell Sasko of CD Projekt RED. He says, "It was the hardest year of my life leading the Quest team and finishing Cyberpunk 2077 during a global pandemic delivered so many heartbreaks. In 2021, I'm going to do everything in my power to be a better leader, artist, and friend, and a better person. Happy New Year." So, it seems like some of the team at on CD Projekt RED working on Cyberpunk 2077 are reinvigorated by the fact that they have this new year, 2021. And, you know, personally, I'm excited to see what they do with Cyberpunk 2077. I'm hoping that they really fix it. Of course, we're going to be getting those two big patches, very big patches here, January and February. But yeah, we're also going to be talking about the free DLC that's going to be coming up here, supposedly soon. Some warnings about that one. But let's get into the replies about his post here. Here's one of the replies from Supreme Overlord Kasser, who says, "Cyberpunk was not what many people anticipated, mostly because of the marketing. The game was advertised as being the new revolution in gaming, but it ended up being just another game. Not good nor bad. You all talked it up like it was God or something." And you know, I think one of the quotes that really did hurt CD Projekt RED was the quote that they said, "We're going to make this game perfect." And you know, people really pay attention to what you're saying after you make a game like The Witcher 3. So I think next go around, they should be very cautious about what they say publicly. All right, Amber B says, "The most overhyped game of all time didn't live up to my expectations. Get over it. This game could have been the most revolutionary game of all time and people would still complain. Nothing with this level of hype will ever live up to its expectations." That's another truth right there. You know, when you overhype a game or have this level of hype over 8 years, that's going to definitely impact the game in some way or another. For the most part, it might be more on the negative side of things. But again, you know, I'm really enjoying my time in Cyberpunk 2077. It's just those base console versions of the game really were hit hard. Cooper says this, "Thank you for your hard work this year. I enjoyed my time in Night City, and I'm excited to return. Best of luck in 2021. So yeah, it seems like a lot of you are also excited to return to Night City to see what's up with the DLC. Furthermore, Ogalex says, "I love your guys' work. I already finished Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4 Pro in about 100 hours. Despite all the bugs and crashes, I love the game with all my heart and looking forward to PS5 version to relive it again in a proper way. Please make it better for us." That's another reminder. Remember, they are going to be, of course, fixing the bugs, but eventually, and this has no release date, by the way, we will be getting those upgraded versions of the, you know, next-gen console versions. Right now, we're just playing, like, I guess you would say, up-res versions of the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what they do with the upgraded versions to make it a true next-gen experience. Furthermore, Casual Do-It-Yourself says, "With all due respect, you could be the best dev on the planet, but if you have managers, CEOs that are pushing to release an unfinished game that needed at least 6 more months, if not more, then you have no chance. Sorry to say this, but I think The Witcher 3 had better quest and story." Let me know if you guys agree with that one or not. Then Chrome Reader says this, "I just wanted to say one of my most favorite quests was where you rescued one of the Netrunners, and the game turned into what almost felt like a horror game. Do you think we can get more quest lines in dark environments like that? Is that something you guys would like to see? Let me know." And then Enemy Warlord says this. I thought this was well said. It says, "You have done extraordinarily well. Last year was like facing turbulent weather, and you navigated it like a champion, sir. Thank you for everything you've done, doing, and will do. Happy New Year. Wish you amazing 21." Yeah, you know, the pandemic is no joke. It just is no joke when it comes to creating any type of product to shift the focus from a normal work environment to having to work from home. That is a big challenge when it comes to communicating. And, you know, a lot of studios have had to deal with that one for sure. But, you know, they should have delayed the game. That's my end assessment right there, especially on PS4 and Xbox One. But check this out right here. Cyberpunk 2077 website promised free DLC in early 2021, but don't bet on soon. That was then, this is now. Let's dive into this. This comes from The Verge. They say, "In my opinion, Cyberpunk 2077 isn't quite the disaster some have suggested, The game is fun. The bugs are fun. The bugs that really weren't fun have been patched. Refunds were made widely available. And despite that refund option, the game sold 13 million copies in just 2 weeks. That's impressive. But publisher CD Projekt RED still has a broken reputation to fix. And of course, we already know about this one. But they say, so I wouldn't put too much stock in the headline you might have already read today, that we're all getting free DLC for the game in early 2021. Here's the warning. It says it's possible, and it's totally what this official website promises, but that promise may be out of date. There's a reason behind this. It says, as EngageNet, or however you say it, points out, the internet's archives Wayback Machine shows that this promise may have been lived on the internet the same day the game launched, before the outcry began, and definitely before CD Projekt RED held an emergency conference call on December 15th to discuss how the company would react. Yikes. On that call, CD Projekt RED president and co-CEO Adam Kaczynski told investors that it was too early to judge when the company might be able to release DLC. So I definitely get where they're coming from with this one. They're basically saying don't hold your breath for DLC to be dropping soon, and that's just referencing the free DLC. Furthermore, they say this, the full answer, to be honest, it's too early to judge. At the moment, please let us handle the situation and please let us make some more assessments. That's still ahead of us. We don't know yet. And we're now focused on improving Cyberpunk. We'll discuss this early next year. So yeah, what we do know is that they will be discussing both the free DLC, DLC expansions, and multiplayer early sometime this year, giving hints and signs of what to expect. And again, that's going to be for investors. You know, yeah, sure, they want to get the word out to fans, but again, they answer to their investors, obviously, with how they release this game. Check this out right here. Cyberpunk 2077, 2 upgrades turn Night City into a parkour playground. There are many cyberware options that will give your Cyberpunk character an edge. 2 of them can help you turn into a parkour master. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, see the link in the description below. It's pretty cool stuff for sure if you want to learn how to actually skate across, I guess you would say, Night City. It involves some of the cyberware in the game, and it's pretty cool. Check it out. Now, also, what about Keanu Reeves? Poor Keanu Reeves. This is the headline. If you feel like the main story is rushed, very linear and short, it's because it was the main story of the game written and added in the game in less than 2 years. So they're saying basically that the main storyline was added into the game supposedly, and this is just a theory, and it's a good theory, in the past 2 years, and it involves Keanu Reeves being hired. Goes on to say this. First, let's go back to the August 2018 48-minute walkthrough. In that gameplay at 103, you can see that Johnny Silverhand could be selected as one of your childhood heroes. Now, this could be just a minor detail and don't mean much if it's cut. However, at 8:30 on the radio, it says that Johnny Silverhand went missing in 2076, which means no bombing intersection took place. This could also mean that Alt's story was not there as well. Interesting theory right here. Initially, Johnny Silverhand probably had little to no role in the story, possibly a side character like Rogue. He could also just be like a figure like Morgan Blackhand, also at 103, who was not in the game but mentioned. Now on to Keanu Reeves' involvement. According to Keanu, he started talking to CD Projekt RED in July 2018 and interviewed with Entertainment Weekly, and he spilled the details there. Yikes. So yeah, it looks like, from this theory here that Keanu was added in kind of later into the game's development, and they kind of shifted priorities around Johnny Silverhand, and maybe even had some of the development team work on Johnny Silverhand's quest and story arcs and whatever, adding him into side missions and so on and so forth, because they wanted to market Keanu Reeves. And this, of course, impacted the entire development of the game right at the last second. So I think it's definitely an interesting theory. Let me know what you make of it for sure. Leave a comment down below. For me, Keanu Reeves being in the game is a big positive for sure. It does drive interest in the video game industry as well. If people have a stigma against gaming, they may actually be like, what's this about? And I think that's actually a positive, driving more interest in gaming through someone as big as Keanu Reeves. But that's just my opinion. Do you need big actors to make video games interesting? Hell no, of course not. But Keanu, he's one of my favorite actors for sure. Now let's go over your top comments. Let's do this. Here's the first one. Bearcore says, there are parts on the map where it says this area is not accessible yet. Yeah, I made a recent video about how it looks like they're going to be expanding parts of the map in Cyberpunk 2077, specifically the Westbrook Rich area, with a possible casino expansion. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys in the know about that one. Gunk says, I hope they add in tattoo parlors, barbershops, apartment mansions to buy from, and more in-depth romance options such as dates, etc. You guys want a full-blown simulator experience from this game, it looks like. Let me know if that's the case with you. Mothman says, I hope they add Blue Moon as a romance option. It seems like she originally was cut. Yeah, a lot of you upvoted this one. It looks like you guys definitely want more interactions with some of these side characters that were kind of ignored during the development of this game. Sound off. Let me know what characters you want to see more of in future DLCs possibly. Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Cyberpunk 2077 news updates. Look forward to some really cool stuff in 2021 here on the channel. And I will see you all next time. Take care.